All right, good afternoon, cadre. So, I had a little change in plans for my scheduled shave. I was planning on doing a video anyway, but before I got in the shower, I got a knock on the door, and it was the mailman dropping some stuff off. So, I thought this wasn't going to show up till tomorrow, but I figured, hey, might as well get it in there since I'm going to do a video today anyway. So I'm going to be testing out. This is, I believe, the Kai clone from the pass around that GVW something less on the forum put in the box with John the Monkey's feather clone. So I figured I used a commissary real one yesterday, so I'll try out the Shavette version today, see how I like that. I definitely, it's got some good weight to it, and overall, so far, as far as just aesthetically, I'm liking this. This thing's cool. It's got a feather pro blade in it, so we'll get that going here in a second. And then beyond that, so I'll be checking out the feather here in the next couple of days as well. The feather clone, that is. And I just want to, I'm going to take that in with me to work tonight and just try to tighten the scales up a little bit because they're kind of on the pretty loose side. So I'll see if I can get that to be a little more snug. For the rest of the shave today, we are going to be using Lisa's Natural Herbal Creations Haute Leather. Some good stuff. I will be finishing up with Avon Leather at the end of this, in case I forget to mention that. And then brush-wise, I will be using my Ever Ready with a Maggard's 2-band in it. Let's get this thing going. Not too much going on, just it's my Friday for tonight's night shift. Then I'll get the weekend off, and then the weird starts next week on Monday. The Monday is actually normal. Everything else after that, just all kinds of weird. But I'll get through it, and we'll see how things go. So, I meant to wet my face beforehand, but I'll take care of that. All right, let's just go ahead and get this kind of rubbed in there a little bit. So I've been 3017ing my the last of my Dr. John's Big Green Monster. It was getting hard enough to load that in the tin that I moved it to a bowl so I could have it all kind of in the one little spot. And I figured I might as well just go ahead and finish that off. But I came to the conclusion after yesterday's shave that I need to not use oven blades with it. And it's just, even when I get the water just right, it's just not quite slick enough for a straight. So that's why I'm using Lisa's today. Alright. But got some fun stuff coming up on the forums. We've got bingo starting, I think, on Monday. But it's going to be a long game. We're playing Blackout, apparently. I think this will be the first time I've played Blackout. I think the game before I jumped in was a Blackout game. So I kind of got to watch the tail end of that and learn a little bit before I played the first game for myself. But also, the caller is Chris, Gear Noir. His first time calling, so who knows how that's going to go. I know I surprised apparently a few people my first time calling. And we've had some others that were like, oh yeah, no, it's gonna be easy. And then they, you know, kicked us while we were down. So, not gonna name any names. Okay, let's get a little more water in this. Whoop. No, I really like the scent on this particular one from Lisa's. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of, I guess, not like a brand new leather smell, but pretty close. And it's, I don't know, it's really good. I like it quite a lot. All right, let's get this going. So I did kind of test the feel, and this is actually pretty secure feeling like this, but it's still just more comfortable for me to hold it kind of the way I do. So we'll see how that goes. I may change it up once I get shaven. Ooh. I think I just got myself. Yep. Oh, that's okay. So I have one of them angry follicles right there, and I forgot about it. It's one of the big annoying ones. It's like not at the surface. So I just cut the crap out of that. See where that goes at. Okay, so far, aside from that, going pretty well. Definitely a nice shaver. These feathers are excessively unforgiving of any slight change to the contour of your face, though. They're super sharp. I'd actually say this is probably almost easier to use than a regular traditional commissary. Purely because it is set up much more similar to a Western grind razor. And commissaries are what they call like an Eastern grind or a microtome. It's an asymmetric kind of thing, and it's something different you got to get used to because your angle's different depending on how you're holding it. Supposedly, traditionally, it was, you know, they were designed for someone else to be shaving your face with it, not for you to shave your own face. And so you always use the same side against the skin. But you can definitely, as long as it's properly honed, use both sides just fine. Keep catching myself at the very front corner of that blade. It's not even all that much of a corner, it just... keep catching it. I have not used either of the razors that these are clones of, so I can't give an opinion as to how close they are to those. Apparently today is just going to be a very red shave. And I am chalking pretty much all of it up to user error at this point. Or user error with an unfamiliar blade. Or razor, whatever. Alright. So that is task one. I am going to pause you guys while I try to stem some of this real quick. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I almost forgot to restart the camera. Well, I had it mostly stopped. Relathering did kind of reopen a couple of them, but they're not too bad, so we'll just keep going here. I'll have to just put a warning on this one or something. So yeah, so far, definitely liking this one. I would for sure consider picking one of these up, at the very least to be a travel razor. Okay, well, that's to. It's definitely given a pretty decent shave so far. I think I'm tempted to call it there for today, just because honestly this may dry down to a BBS as is, but apparently I'm not doing very good today, so it might be safer in the long run to just call it and take what I can get. So I am gonna clean up a little bit and then I will be right back. All right, folks. So got that all taken care of. So like I said, we're gonna use the Avon Leather today. Finish things off. Got my wood shaves on off camera. Honestly, that's not too bad, aside from those couple of little spots where I got myself. So, first impressions of the Kai Clone Commissary. I like it. I would definitely consider picking one up, if nothing else, just to have something that I can get like a good straight shave with, that I don't have to worry about too much if I'm traveling. As far as losing something nice and expensive. Open that back up with the aftershave. So yeah, I liked it, and I will get this up here pretty soon, and then yeah, so come check us out at TSC, theshavingcadre.com. Later.